The 2024 presidential election in Arizona has been a nail-biter, with former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris locked in a fierce battle for the state's crucial 11 electoral votes. As one of the key swing states, Arizona's results are pivotal in determining the overall outcome of the election. Both candidates have campaigned vigorously, with Trump focusing on issues like the economy, immigration, and crime, while Harris has emphasized improving the care economy, protecting abortion rights, and safeguarding democracy. The early results in Arizona are expected to emerge immediately after the counting concludes. To know more details about this, let's talk with our correspondent Sandeep. Hello Sandeep.
Yeah, Sakina.
Sandeep, how the election count is going on, and in which states Kamala and Trump?
Yeah, this election particularly we can say historical election because if Trump wins, he would be the first president. He would be the first ex-president who would be retaining his seat after a gap, and if Kamala wins, he would be the first. She would be have become the first woman to have the presidential seat. So in this way, this is a very much historic, and this is very much special in another way. Why? Because till last night there was a neck to neck in all the surveys, but ultimately the war seems to be one-sided because Donald Trump has already crossed the 200 mark in electoral votes. So totally he is 210 now, and Harris is following with 112 on sure, but 117 she would be rising. So anyways, it is 210. So who will be winning the 270? Obviously, will become the president of United States. So in this way, Trump's victory is seen to be a very much smooth cakewalk now. So 210 is already the way, and key states are also like in Pennsylvania or Wisconsin also, which are considered as the swing states. They are also going in favor of Trump. So in all the ways, Trump is leading in most of the key states, and Trump has 210 crossed it in very much earlier hours. But frankly speaking, if we check the last two elections, the results have not were very much neck to neck till afternoon as per the Indian Standard Time. And during in the year 2004, if we go back to year 2000, then till evening, till 5 o'clock Indian Standard Time, the results were not out, so there was a neck-to-neck competition. And frankly speaking, at that time, the surveys were very much inclined to one person, but it has gone to others. So these things were very common. But now, what is the thing is, the surveys have shown neck-to-neck till Sunday. If we see, Kamala Harris was leading in all the surveys. Probably the number or the gap or the difference would be only 2%. She is by 51 and Trump was at 49. So plus or minus 2. But on Monday, the fresh surveys have shown Trump leading on Kamala, and the number also has reversed, 49-51 only. So Trump was 51 and Harris was 49 something. But yesterday the exit polls have gone in favor of Trump, but still people thought that there would be a neck to neck. So, but ultimately what the thing happened is, completely the results in early hours itself, it is completely not expected at all that in early hours itself Trump was the winning this particular election, but we have to wait and watch till later, till the official statement from the concerned magistrates or the attorney generals release the data. That who will be the victor, because these all details are showing the lead. So anything can happen at the end of the day, because in most of the states where these elections, these results are out, still the polling is also going on. But what is the thing is, every vote counts, and till the perfect majority is there, the count can change anytime. But now it is showing very much increasingly difficult for Harris to clinch the position, because 210 and 117 is a vast difference, almost 100 seats difference. So frankly speaking, the war is one-sided only, but still we have to wait and watch for the final election, final count till the officials release the official data. But whatever it might be, Trump may retain his US presidential seat after so many things, because in the past 4 years we have seen so many impeachments, and even last year also there were so many cases were filed against him. So ultimately, what is the thing is that Trump regaining this presidential seat is a very much surprise to all the Americans and to the entire world. So everyone thought that Kamala Harris would be the first. At last, we will see a woman on the most powerful seat of the world. But ultimately, Trump is winning U.S. president. But we have to wait and watch. Yes, Sakina.
Okay, thank you, Sandeep. The 2024 US presidential election is shaping up to be a fiercely contested race, with Republican former President Donald Trump and Democratic nominee Vice President Kamala Harris each securing major wins, according to projections by the Associated Press. And Trump has already claimed 210 electoral votes across 21 states, including Texas and Florida, while Harris has garnered 113 electoral votes from 11 states. Both candidates are vying for history in this election, Harris aiming to be the first woman to hold the office of president, while Trump seeks to become only the second former commander-in-chief to win a non-consecutive term. A candidate needs 270 electoral votes to claim the presidency, and these initial projections provide only an early snapshot of the race. Polls have now closed in more than 40 of 50 states, and the election's outcome is expected to hinge on a handful of battleground states: Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. The outcome may not be finalized for days if the race is as close as pre-election polls suggested. Harris' path to victory depends on all states of Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. In Pennsylvania, after leading Trump in early trends, Harris falls behind the 2.4 points with around 60% of ballots counted. Trump also has an advantage in Michigan and Wisconsin. Georgia is leaning towards Trump, where with 66% of votes counted, he leads Harris by 5.7 points, positioning him for the state's 16 electoral votes. To know more details about this, let's talk with our correspondent Sandeep. Hello Sandeep.
Yeah, Shakina.
What states Trump has won, and at what states Kamala has won?
Yeah, as for the latest data, Trump has won Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, West Virginia, South Carolina, North Dakota and South Dakota, Nebraska and Wyoming. So these are the states that Trump has won. Key states are also included in these states where Trump has won. That's the reason why the number has crossed 200. Whereas if you see, states won by Kamala Harris is Miami, Vermont, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, Illinois, and New York. So in these states, if you say Kamala Harris, New York and Illinois and Delaware are the only key states. New York is a very much key state, as we all know, and Delaware it's not a surprise because Delaware is the home state of Biden, and it is continuous from past 5 to 6 terms. Only the Democrats are winning. Whereas in other states like New Jersey, it was a flip-flop, and in the states where Trump has won, especially the Oklahoma, Indiana, and North and South Dakota and South Carolina, these are the states that very much that were flip-flop in both the parties. If you see the trends of the last election, but as Trump is sweeping all these particular states, it's clear an advantage to Trump. That's the reason why his number has crossed 200. Whereas Kamala Harris has, if we see, then no major state she has won an electoral vote. Whatever the states are having, they are very much less. So apart from New York, New Jersey and Maryland, no other states are having so much electoral college votes, if you see. And Delaware, of course, is a key state, but Delaware is not a surprise because it is what we can say, it is the homeland of the Democrats, we can say, and only the Democrats keep on winning, whatever might be the situation. Be it the hometown of the present US President Joe Biden, or be it for any other reason, Democrats are only winning. So the key state what Kamala Harris is ahead is only New York and New Jersey are the only two states. That's the reason why she is limited to 110 or 117. Whereas if you see the trends of the thing, Oklahoma and Arkansas are also a surprise because the surveys were telling that Kamala Harris will be winning in these two states. But Trump is winning this particular two states, which are also having the key number in electoral college.
Hello.
Shakina.
Okay, Sandeep, we know that Trump is attacked and that sympathy worked for him in these states. Can we think
Definitely.
that?
What is the thing is Trump actually two assassinations has happened on him. But what they think, even we have also telecasted a couple of special stories on Trump that these particular assassination attempts has not shown any sympathy towards Trump, because all the surveys till Sunday have gone in favor of Kamala Harris. Every survey that said Kamala Harris only would be winning this particular election by margin. Of course, it's a neck to neck, but since Monday the trend has changed it, and all the surveys have shown little bit edge over Kamala Harris. So Trump is 51 and Harris is 49, like that. And yesterday's exit poll also said that there will be a neck to neck fight between Trump and Harris, but slightly they have favored Trump. So in all the ways, everybody has said that this particular assassination attempts have not shown anything. And in past 4 years, there were so many cases. The 2 impeachment orders also happened against Donald Trump. So all these things, the negatives only, and even the tax evasion cases also filed against Trump. So everybody thought that these things actually are proving more, or are having weight more than the assassination attempt sympathy factor. So everyone thought that these particular negative things are only resulting in trailing of the Trump. So now Trump is not trailing. Trump is about to blow the trumpet, and we have got a very flash news that Trump has won even the Texas also. Texas is very key state which has 40 seats. 40 is a large number. See, California is the biggest state, is the largest state in the United States, which is having 54. Then the second largest state is Texas only, which is having 40. Then is Florida, which is 30. Florida is always favorable to Republicans, so it's not a surprise that Florida, if Trump wins. But Texas is of course the key state, which is having a flip flop. But Texas has mainly has resulted in Trump's victory. Whereas California, which is considered to be the largest state, which is the Pacific Coast, where 54 electoral votes are there, which is the largest state in United States, which has having 54. And Kamala Harris has won this California, but it has a very little impact on her, because if you say California, Wisconsin, Manchester, and these are the states. Illinois are the only states where Kamala is winning, whereas other states like Kentucky and Texas, Los Angeles, and Florida, and the other states are also won by Trump. Whereas New York and New Jersey, Harris is winning, but it's not yet declared, we can say. So these things as the key states, more even Kamala Harris has won the largest state, but Trump winning all the major states like Texas and Florida. Trump is completely overtaken Kamala Harris in this, and 210 now, probably 230. It is increasing. So 230 means we can say that the victory is almost decided. 230 is not a small number. 210 itself is a very number, but 230 seats now Trump is winning. So the number what we were saying in the beginning of the bulletin is 210. Now 230 is number favorable to Trump. So Trump, it's a very easy win. Yes, Shakina.
Okay, Sandeep, and how these elections are going to influence the alliances and treaties, and as well as trade and commerce?
Can you repeat once again?
How these elections are going to influence the treaties and alliances?
Yes,
treaties and alliances.
Actually, there are no alliances in the United States. Only the single party which is one, and the alliances are there. It's very much nominal. So because there are no major parties that are available in the United States, so completely actually it's a war one-sided only. So even if you are having an alliance, if you can see the the gap is very huge. Now we have got a flash news that Harris is winning 187. So earlier we were talking about 117, but now the Harris count has become 187, and Trump is at 230. So 230 means just only 40 for shortfall of the electoral college. That is the winning number. If anybody wins 270, they will be the clear winner. So 230, they have already Trump has already won or leading. So frankly speaking, what is the thing is, even at this particular number, even if there will be alliances also, it will be very much nominal. So what is the thing is that in country of United States, those things which influence are only international affairs, and the local financial terms are the only thing. And the local financial, as we can see, Trump has already so many times assured that he will be reducing the tax and he will be very much corporate friendly. Which he, because he himself is a very big corporate, and Trump is famously called as the billionaire president, because probably he's the first only businessman who has become the US president directly, without any break, without just after entering the politics. As a businessman, he has entered, and without winning anything, but directly he has become the presidential nominee, and directly he has become the president. So it's a very interesting journey of Donald Trump, because earlier he was just a businessman. So he said that he knows all the difficulties of the corporates, and he said that he will be corporate friendly. Whereas Kamala Harris mostly stressed on the international affairs, but Trump said that international affairs also, Biden-Harris has bitterly failed, because so many major events have happened, like Afghanistan de-escalation. Completely Afghanistan has gone into the hands of Taliban after Biden has come, and two wars. World is at two wars since past 2 years. One is at Ukraine, Russia, and Israel, Hamas. And Trump repeatedly said that, and now the war has even spread to entire Middle East. Now Israel and Iran at what war? But Trump clearly said that if he would have continued as a president in 2020 or 2021, then probably he would have stopped these two wars. And Biden bitterly failed in stopping these two wars. So that has become uh, a major plus to Donald Trump. So these are the matters that affect the things. Alliances means America has the international alliance, not the domestic alliances. And Narendra Modi, the Indian Prime Minister, is considered to be a very good friend of Donald Trump. So he is more inclined to Donald Trump than the Biden. Even if Kamala Harris, who is the Indian origin presidential candidate, probably that influence would be very much little. The experts have said, because she never proclaimed herself as an Indian. She has told that her roots are Indian, and she suffered as an Indian, but she herself proclaimed all the time as a Black American instead of the Indian American. So everyone thought that President Narendra Modi government and Harris, and because Narendra Modi government is also going to continue for the next 5 years, and this particular government is going to continue for next 4 years, so they will be there for the power for the next full term. So it's definitely an advantage to India, because Narendra Modi and Donald Trump are very friends. And for the first time, any Indian Prime Minister has gone to United States and said openly to vote for Trump in the year 2019. When Narendra Modi has gone to America, he said that Agli Baar Trump Sarkar. So this has raised criticism also. It's a complete different story. So these are the alliances. And Israel, obviously, it's very much, America is always inclined to Israel. But as far as Russia is concerned, there is a difference between Democrats and Republicans. So these are the alliances what we have to see. As far as the United States is concerned, there are nothing called the domestic alliance, but rather than the international alliance. So now the Biden is so much in favor of Ukraine, indirectly or directly we can say, but Trump is not that much. But yes, he is not even a friend of Putin, but yes, definitely. During the 4 years of Donald Trump, there was no major violence has happened in the world. Whereas after Biden has become the US president, we are seeing the world has become very upside down, which Trump is attacking Biden. Though Biden is not completely responsible, but Trump says that being the president of America, it's definitely he could have stopped it, and if at all he would have continued. At least in Afghanistan, he said that he wouldn't have left Afghanistan to the hands of the Taliban. So these are the international alliances that affect Trump and Biden or the politics, but domestic alliances are not at all the matter of concern in United States.
Will Trump be able to stop the war if he won? Sandeep?
Sorry?
Will Trump be able to stop the war, like as he said before?
See, we cannot say whether Trump will be able to stop the war, but yes, Joe Biden, if you see Russia-Ukraine war, when Biden has warned that Russia is going to attack Ukraine almost 2 to 3 months before. and he has left Afghanistan to the hands of the Taliban. So these are the two things. And Israel-Hamas war is unexpected because initially Hamas has attacked Israel, and since then Israel has started attacking. So everyone was anticipating these three things. Everybody, it's not a surprise whether Russia is going to attack Ukraine. It's not a thing that has overtaken because Biden himself has warned the entire world that Russia is going to attack Ukraine. So 3 months before only he has warned the entire world. Even in the United States also even in the United Nations also he made a statement that probably he got the information through his intelligence sources that Russia is going to attack Ukraine, but he did not. He was not successful in stopping the war. Neither he and United States, of course, is a very key member in UN. And the critics always say that UN is just a toy in the hands of United States. So UN is nothing. Is just for a namesake. It is a group of nations, but it works under the influence of United States only. That's what every major nation who is not a part of UN or who is against United States, everybody says the same thing. So yes, but definitely it is a matter. Biden has not done enough in stopping the Russia-Ukraine war. It is a well-known open secret. There is no secret over there. So later on, as far as Israel-Hamas is concerned, yes, Hamas has attacked Israel. They have made Israelis as captives, and still, even after 1 year, Hamas is still keeping the hostages with them. So completely, what is the thing is even at that particular thing also, everyone anticipated that yes, Israel is going to attack Palestine. But yes, we can say that Biden has failed even in that also. Though what I'm saying is, though Biden is not the whole and sole person who is responsible for this war, but yes, United States is always a key player in stopping the war or attacking the nation. The United States is always a key member. So we can say that Biden administration has not done enough, and this has become an advantage to Trump that Biden has not stopped. And if he would have continued as the president, then probably world would be like another, in the other way, because he would have stopped the war. So now when Donald Trump is getting clear majority, we have to wait and watch how much he will be standing on his word and how much effective he will be playing his role in maintaining the peace and accord in the international international arena. So whether he will be able to stop, or whether he will be able to convince Russia to stop attacking Ukraine or to have a ceasefire on Ukraine, whether he will be forcing Israel if at all the hostages are released, whether he will be forcing Israel to stop the war. We have to wait and watch. Afghanistan is completely into the Taliban, so probably Trump might not be interested in Afghanistan anymore. But yes, we have to wait and watch whether Russia and Israel will listen to Trump or not, because he has been saying all this since long time, since the election campaign has kicked off. He has been saying all this, so we have to wait and watch how effective he plays the role and how effective he will be standing on his word. Shikina.
Okay, Sandeep. What role do you think third-party candidates have played in these elections? Especially
as I told you that in the United States there are only two parties only, nothing more, and there are of course couple of other things, but their role is very, very much minor, and and almost we can say it as negligible. So other party is negligible. So there is no third party in United States. Literally, we can say, though there are couple of parties which are registered, but yes, we can say that the third party is negligible in United States.
Okay, Sandeep. How do you think the election outcome will impact the future direction of the country?
Future direction of the country, one thing I would like to say is, yes, the United States has not performed even financially also in the last 4 years. If that is the case, frankly speaking, why Trump has lost this, Americans have felt that Trump has not done enough to improve the financial status of United States. Rather, America has suffered under Trump. That was the view. So frankly speaking, after Clinton, we can say, after Clinton, he ruled for 2 consecutive terms. Later on, George Walker Bush, later on Obama, everybody, the three presidents were continuous 25 years, 24 years. We have seen retaining the presidents retaining the seat, but it is only Donald Trump who has lost he has lost his presidency. So we can say that Trump, the Americans were not satisfied under Trump, and especially healthcare has played a very, very major impact on the election loss of Trump in 2020. Why? Because every American has felt that Donald Trump has not done much enough to tackle the COVID problem, because Corona was completely, United Nations have alerted that Corona is going to impact this United States or the rest of the world completely. But Trump was very much busy in holding other matters, and he has not played a very vital role in curbing, or even he did not put the international restrictions also. And so many Chinese as the tourists have entered United States, and America was the most suffered nation than any other country in this world. So many people have died in United States. We can say that the death count also, because frankly speaking, if you see the death count, it would be India. But if you compare with the population, obviously United States is the country that bitterly suffered under in COVID. And last year election has happened during the COVID only, before the second wave, that is after the first wave. And we also remember Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have come with masks for the installation program. So there was a very much bitter disappointment, both financially in the healthcare sector, that Trump has not done enough. That's the reason why he has become the first president in 25 years to have lost the election. So whether he will be learning a lesson from his past presidency, whether he will be learning a lesson, or whether he will be corporate friendly, we have to wait and watch, because we know one particular thing, that politicians usually do promise so many things, but they implement a little. And that was the criticism on Trump also, that he would be very much corporate friendly. But what is the thing is, the corporate sector has also not grown that much in United States under him. So he himself being a billionaire, he himself being a corporate, he was caught in a couple of cases where the allegation on Trump was that he has evaded the tax. So the tax was, so he has to face this particular tax, he has to face the impeachment order. He has become the first ever president in United States history to have faced the two impeachment. Earlier it was the President Nixon in late 60s who had to resign from the post of the president. So since then, and he was the only president who has faced the one impeachment order. But there was no president in the entire history of America who has faced two impeachment orders. It's only Donald Trump. So initially during the surveys also, everybody thought that these negatives would be very much affecting Trump. But ultimately he is winning the US election. But whether he will be learning a lesson from his past defeat, or whether he will be corporate friendly, or whether he will be the health sector friendly, we have to wait and watch. Check it out.
Okay, Sandeep. Kamala Harris especially, she has been a strong supporter of reproductive rights and about abortion of women and all these things. Her approach will likely include advocating for access to women's rights. How likely is she going to do all these things, and how is she particularly targeting a specific community for these elections especially?
Abortion rights or whatever it is, we can say one thing, that Trump is completely a right candidate. He has got a name, probably the first time in the American history, that Trump is completely the right-minded candidate. So he is a traditional person, though frankly speaking he is the one who had led a luxurious life, or the modern life, or the generation Y life, whatever we call it, in his personally, but he himself called always a Christian, and he himself, whatever it is, he said that he follows the traditional ways. Whereas Kamala Harris or the Democrats are little bit modern in this particular thing. They are not, they do not call themselves as a right-minded party. As far as the women's rights are concerned, yes, definitely Kamala Harris has an edge. But now if you see that particular women supporting Kamala Harris is also not completely seen. Why? Because if you see if all the women would have voted for Kamala Harris, then she would have definitely become the president of the United States, because obviously wherever you see, women constitute 50% of the population. So this particular woman supporting Kamala Harris is not then. To that case, frankly speaking, America is one particular country where this gender inequality is definitely very much there. In the Western world, where you can see that for the first ever time, women coming out and all that, and whereas the Eastern world, especially India and South Asia, if you see, then people say that women are suppressed people. But in South Asia is the one particular area where women has ruled the countries. If you see, for first time Sri Lanka, Sirma Bandaranaike has become the Prime Minister, and followed by Indira Gandhi, Benazir Bhutto, and now till recently you have seen Bangladesh, where both Prime Minister and even the opposition leader are also women. So entire South Asia was ruled by women. And after Indira Gandhi, only you see in Britain, Margaret Thatcher has become the Prime Minister. Since hundreds of years, the United Kingdom was obviously ruled by women, but in the post of Prime Minister, you hardly see. You can see only two women Prime Ministers, that is Margaret Thatcher and Theresa May. Of course, there is a third Prime Minister. She did not was there in the position for even for 100 days. So if you remove her, then Theresa May and Margaret Thatcher are the only two women. So in the Western world, if you see on the whole, then this particular gender inequality, definitely it is there. Over there, women are not preferred as the ruler. We can definitely say that. So Kamala Harris, this particular sentiment, last time she is the second woman candidate to be running for the post of the president after Hillary Clinton, and definitely Hillary Clinton also. Till that particular time, they thought that this particular woman identity would be definitely paying, definitely paying, and she would be the first woman president of United States, and Clinton and Hillary Clinton would be the first couple to become the president. So everybody thought that, but Trump has then also won against a woman, and even now Trump is winning against a woman, and in between Joe Biden, he has to lose. So on the whole, if we see, yes, women are not preferred in America. This is a bitter fact where everybody has to accept. But till Sunday, if we see, Kamala Harris is leading on all the surveys, but ultimately Trump is winning. Definitely, America has not lost its traditional politics, or they're not preferring women, or the gender inequality. This has proven again. We have to accept the bitter fact that Americans are still not ready to accept women as a woman candidate as their president. We have to accept this particular fact, whatever it might be. Sakina.
Okay, Sandeep. How does Harris plan to address the climate change and energy policy?
Climate change, in the matters of climate change, if you see, Trump was very much particular about the climate change. He has put America first in the climate change. He himself has pulled out from the Paris Accord, if you see, that has raised very much criticism against him. But why a country like United States has to pull off from the United States agreement? But Trump said that this is affecting United States development. So he said that every country has to look after itself. Every country has to check their responsibility towards the climate change. But ultimately, Trump said that he will be putting America first. So he is not caring about the rest of the world in terms of climate change. So he says that America is not the only country who has to be responsible in terms of climate change. And it definitely impacted. So many other countries also pulled out of this climate change accord, especially Brazil. Brazil is considered to be the air conditioner of the world. But after it has pulled out of this climate change, Brazil has said that it is not a responsibility of Brazil alone to take care of the world, to take care of the rising temperature. So since then, we can see climate has definitely changed. So the climatic conditions in the world had a huge impact after Brazil pulled out from the international accord. So we can say that Trump is not at all bothered about the international climatic conditions. He has always put America first in the climate. So frankly speaking, as far as the environment conditions are concerned, Trump winning is definitely an anti-sentiment to this particular climate accords because Trump is never bothered about the international climatic accord, Shekina.
Okay, Sandeep. And what are the key factors that could sway the outcome, like in swing states?
Key factors means, yeah, we have to wait and watch as we have discussed earlier regarding the war. We have to see whether Trump has to prove himself because he has made so many assurances that he would have stopped war, he would have made America great. He said that Biden has made America very weak. Which is in fact, frankly speaking, our United States was not as strong as before. We have to agree to that fact. So Trump has to prove himself how good he will be in international affairs and how good he will be in improving the financial status of United States. But international affairs, we can say that Trump is, as we have discussed, he is a right-wing president. So he's considered to be an anti-Islamist. So even recently also, when Israel has attacked Iran, he was the person who has completely said that let Israel attack the nuclear site of Iran. So frankly speaking, that was not a welcome sign by the United States president, but he himself has come out and saying this particular thing is definitely a matter of concern. He shouldn't have said that according to many international experts, but he has said that. So as an anti-Islamist, we can see lots of changes would be happening between Biden and Trump because Trump is an open anti-Islam. He used to speak against the Muslims and he has even had issued a travel ban on the Muslim immigrants. Whereas Kamala Harris, as a legal expert, has challenged Trump when she was not in politics. She was not a vice president at that time. She was just an attorney. She was a senator. As a senator and as a legal expert, we have to Kamala Harris. If you see her biography, Kamala Harris is the first Attorney General, is the first woman Attorney General of the state, and she was also the first African American, and she was also the first Asian American Attorney General. So, as the legal expert, Kamala Harris has challenged this travel ban, and literally Kamala Harris has won that. At one point of time, Muslim immigrants has to restrict themselves at the airport when Trump has issued a travel ban, and Kamala Harris has fought a legal battle and she has welcomed those immigrants into America. So there is a lot of difference as far as the international approach is there between Harris and Trump. But we can see a lot of in the Islamist point of view. Definitely, we can see a lot of change. And on the other hand, Kamala Harris being an Indian origin, her mother being a Hindu, she never talked anything about the Hindus or if any attacks are happened between Hindus on Bangladesh, she never responded. But till the last day of his campaign, Trump has said that he is a very Hindu friendly person, and he said that if he becomes president, Hindus would be having a best friend in the White House. He is the first person who has given holiday to for the occasion of Diwali in many states. Of course, it's Obama who started the tradition, and Trump has expanded. And recently, Joe Biden administration also, New York also declared holiday on Diwali. But Harris has not considered. Harris has never talked about this Hindu-related attacks in Bangladesh or even on Diwali also. She was hardly seen. Whereas Trump was very active in addressing anything pertaining to Hindu atrocities wherever it happens, whether it is Canada or whether it is Bangladesh. He definitely addressed, and he said that Hindus would be having a best friend, or the Indians would be having the best friend in the White House. So this particular approach, the anti-Islamic image of Trump and the Hindu-friendly image of Trump, definitely matters a lot, and things are going to change very rapidly in this particular matter. The Islamist and Hindu approach, definitely it's going to matter. Definitely, frankly speaking, for sure, it's going to make some change. Regarding the other things like stopping the wars or raising financial status, we have to wait and watch because Trump has to prove himself. Anyway, this is the only term where he will be continuing president, because in the United States there will be no third term for any president. So he has to prove himself so that his party has to win for the next time, not it's not himself, but his party has to win the next. So he has to prove himself. Shakina.
Okay, Sandeep, how might the Trump or Harris win going to impact the US foreign policy and economy?
Yeah, foreign policy comes all these things. So international relations, as we have already discussed about the war, and also the financial matters. So whether see for Trump, as well as financial foreign matters are considered, Trump is the first ever United President in the recent times, or we can say since our India's independence. Pakistan was literally under the help or under the guidance, or we can say under the shelter of United States. That's the reason why, if you see, previously Pakistan used to threaten India because it has the support of United States, and Pakistan is an open ally of United States previously. So we can say till Musharraf time, or till George Walker Bush, completely Pakistan was an ally of United States, whereas India was not considered an ally for anything. But everyone used to think that India was inclined towards Soviet Union or later on Russia. But slowly, after Trump has become the president, his anti-Islamist approach definitely mattered a lot, and he pulled out of that particular favoring Pakistan, and he is the one who has stopped aid to Pakistan. And since then, it has become a big blow, and since then Pakistan's economy has started decreasing like anything, and now frankly speaking Pakistan is completely out in any way. It is not in the competition in any way. So Pakistan has literally frankly speaking on the verge of collapse. So that's the thing. So this and other Islamic countries also, his approach is the same thing. So in that way we can say that yes, Trump has played a very major role in these particular things, like not being so favorable to Islamist nations. Now, I'm not talking about any Gulf countries where he has the need for the oil. It's not Saudi Arabia or United Arab Emirates. I'm not talking about this, but the traditional countries, those who call themselves as hardcore Islamists, like Palestine or be it Pakistan or be it Syria, definitely his approach is going to be very, very much tough. So in that way, yes, it definitely matters, and we are seeing now the stock markets of India are completely very much positive because Trump is considered to be corporate friendly. So the change is already seen in Indian stock market. So literally, it will be seen elsewhere also in other international stock markets, because Trump is considered to he has assured so many corporate friendly promises. So yeah, that definitely the change has started, we can say, Shakina.
Okay, thank you, Sandeep.
Thank you, Shakina.
Well, these are the latest updates about US elections. We will continue to update about this and stay tuned to CVR English.